In this video, we're going to talk about double game week announcements. We're going to talk about game postponements, teams to target for the next 5 weeks, and we're also going to put together a free hit. So let's not waste time. Let's get into it. Hi Fantasy Managers, welcome to FPL Team Talks. In this video we're going to go through a whole host of things. Teams to target, there's now been a postponement. Southampton, Newcastle's off. 3 teams are now going to be doubling in game week 21, so those fixtures have been added to later on next week. We need to talk about those players coming in instead of the ones we're previously going to talk about. Those are the ones we're going to look at targeting. We'll do a free hit side, what that would look now at the end of the video, so stick around for that, and then have a look at options. Let's take a look. So as I mentioned, lots to cover in this video. We're going to go through double game week 21, which has been announced. We're going to look at teams to target, so that will include those double game week teams. I'm going to put together at the end, very quickly on the screen, a free hit possibility for those of you interested. And also we go through other options at the end. So lots to get through, guys. Let's take a look. First of all, those double game week announcements. 3 games have been tagged onto the end of game week 21 coming up. Southampton versus Brentford, Everton versus Leicester, and then you've got West Ham versus Norwich on the Wednesday night. So West Ham's fixtures at a glance, we've got Palace away, Norwich at home. They interest me a lot. As is Everton, 2 home games, Brighton versus Leicester. That's very interesting. And the other team that doubles, Brentford, they got Villa at home and then Southampton away. So those 3 teams very much have changed my plans in terms of transfer strategy for the next couple of weeks. But we'll have a look at a couple of those teams. And also, how does it affect bringing them in further down the line? Don't want to do something this week that's going to impact me negatively over the next few. So let's take a look. Teams to target then, definitely West Ham. Looking at Everton, they've got some great fixtures, as we'll see in a minute. Spurs very much on my horizon as well. And Manchester United. Remember, the game week 22 double game week has not been announced yet. We'll expect that possibly now through game week 21. But we can't eliminate those rearranged fixtures that are going to happen in those weeks. So we still need to plan for those. But let's take these in order. Let's have a look at West Ham first of all. So Palace and Norwich, we know 2 decent fixtures, you've got to say. And then they play Leeds at home in game week 22. There's a possibility that they won't double in game week 22, but they'll have Manchester United away. Then Watford at home, Leicester away. So there's some really nice fixtures in there. Remember as well, game week 21 starts on New Year's Day. We'll go through until the Wednesday, the midweek, where there's fixtures. Then there's the FA Cup weekend, and so there's a 10-day gap between that Wednesday and playing the next one. So if like Antonio, he'll get a good rest before that Leeds match. So the chance of him playing 3 games looks quite nice. So clearly he's going to be one I'm going to be targeting. Bowen, with the amount of assists he's getting recently and knowing his game time, again, he'll be one that I'll be looking at. And Kufal, both fixtures look like potential clean sheets for West Ham. Don't keep many. But Kufal, he's going to get 4 points just for turning up in both of those games if he plays them. I like it. I wouldn't mind having a West Ham defender in there, and he offers attacking returns as well. So those 3 players, really, I'm not going to look any further than those 3, to be honest with you, in my West Ham side. With Cresswell not back yet, I think those 3 absolutely going to be the nailed-on players that I'm going to be looking at. Everton then, not a team looked at a great deal in the past before, but they have some nice fixtures. Brighton, Leicester at home, 2 home games. So that's appealing. Then they've got Norwich at home in 22. That looks great. Add into the mix that they could potentially have a Newcastle or Burnley game. 3 green potentials there. 2 of those might take place. Wow. Fixtures beyond that. Villa at home. Newcastle again. And then Leeds at home. They've got some really nice medium to long term fixtures there. Suddenly, with this double game week this week, I'm looking at bringing in some Everton players. I really am. Players to target. Gray seems an obvious choice. He's been one that mostly owned previously in the season. How Lewin are clear going to be favourite. He worries me for this week, just in terms he hasn't played for over 2 months. How much game time is he going to be getting? How fit is he going to be? Everton, don't really know whether they've got a choice of playing him up front or not. Richarlison's still out at the moment. Maybe Rondon will play. I think they'll be desperate to get minutes under Calvert-Lewin's belt. He's on pens as well, remember. Do you bring him in this week or do you wait until next week? I'm just not convinced he'll get 2 full games. Maybe he'll have his minutes managed in both of them. Maybe he'll start both. It's a risk. We need to wait and see, I think, what Benitez says about him. You know what, Pickford? Wouldn't mind having Pickford in goal. He looks a really good option with those fixtures coming up. And obviously a double game with it. 2 games at home. real opportunity for Everton to move clear in that mid-table and go in the right direction. So Everton players very much on my mind, looking at those ones in particular. Other teams not to forget, they might not be doubling, but Tottenham have some really nice fixtures. They've got the Watford match, then they've got Arsenal, Leicester, Burnley, a double there, Chelsea away, Southampton at home. Then they've got the Wolves, get some really nice fixtures going into that. The obvious choices, the only ones I'd add to this, you've got Son Kane, Reguilon, it's possibly Moura as well. He's only played one, he got half a game against Anthony, didn't play the previous, so I'm not sure whether he's as nailed on, but I do like him. His figures and numbers look really nice. Other than that, Son Kane, Reguilon look like the obvious choices. Manchester United, they've got Wolves at home, then they might double it in 22. Villa, possibly Brentford away, Brighton at home, West Ham, Burnley, Southampton, so some great games in 24-25 coming up. Again, looking at their players, very difficult. Not sure I can trust Cavani to start every game yet, but Ronaldo, clear favourite there, but he's just so expensive. Rashford minutes, I'm worried about his minutes as well. Dalot, even he got rested with Luke Shaw. So with a double game week, Wan-Bissaka of course for Dalot, I'm just not sure whether he'd play both games. Dalot for the price looks good. Ronaldo, but the only one of those three things that you could absolutely say is going to play them all. 12.5 though, again, it's just how do you fit him in your side? With the possibility of dropping Salah, maybe he can come in. Okay guys, as promised, I did put together a free hit. I keep recording free hits for people requesting them, and I just end up getting sort of obsolete with cancellations and transfers. This is up to date as of New Year's Eve. So we had the Southampton game called off, so there's a few changes to this side. It's an interesting side. It really is hard to spread the money around. So remember, free hit, you'll get your side and then you'll get your previous side back again. I've put in my 3 Brentford players. I think Tony for 2 games, why not? 2 Brentford defenders. They've got Villa away at Southampton. Feasibly, if they get 1 clean sheet out of that, that's really good return. Pickford 2 home games, absolutely. Keane, very difficult to get any other Everton defenders into that side that I know are going to play. Keane's played pretty much every minute. We know he's fit, so he gets the nod there. Tellis, I think, comes in for Luke Shaw, so he looks like a best attacking defender for Manchester United. Kufau, we've already talked about. Bowen and Antonio, they pretty much nailed for me. Son, Moura, Kane, I'm still going to keep those. I mean, there's different options. I like Rafinha again. I just don't. I put the 3. We've got 3 West Ham, we've got 3 Everton, we've got 3 Brentford. So you're getting 9 players there, potentially getting 2 games, twice the amount of everyone else. I quite like it. It depends. Also, we've got 3 Liverpool players with COVID, so we're not quite sure on that. Again, that could impact. I mean, the fact that they're playing Chelsea makes it difficult to really get some high-end sort of returns. Even for like Salah or Jota score, it takes away from those Chelsea defenders for some of us. And then Arsenal Man City could end up being a slightly tighter game than the previous one as well. So this would be a free hit side at a glance, guys. Other options, you're well under budget there. Remember, you don't have to spend the money, but if you wanted to, you could go to Bruno Fernandes. He looks like he'll come straight in rest of the last game. Talked about Harry Kane, Calvert-Lewin, you could go up front, absolutely. Just worried about the minutes for men. Even KDB could come into that midfield, perhaps drop Rafinha. I think that would be a good option. I couldn't blame you for that. I hope you found that useful, guys. Let me know any thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, hit the like, and in the meantime, good luck in Game Week 21, and I'll see you on the other side.